Hi everybody, welcome to our Take and Make for April. We are going to be making these really cool Scrabble message boards. There's a lot of pieces that go to this project, but it's not too difficult to assemble. But we really were pushing our laser cutter this month, but it's great. So you should have, just going through everything, this is going to be your baseboard that everything's going to glue onto. There should be 4 shelves, and they're going to be straight with little, like on one side there's going to be cutouts.
Like a castle.
Yeah, like a castle. 1 E-shaped board. 2 triangles. And then you should have 2 skinny, pointy pieces and 2 short, kind of fatter, skinny pieces. All right, that's all of the wood pieces that you're going to need. And then you should also have a little baggie that has a foam brush in it, 2 different colors of paint, blue and purple, and a little bottle of glue. All right. You will also need a little thing of water and either a napkin or a paper towel or something like that. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, there's a lot of gluing involved, so we're going to start with gluing the shelves into our board. So to do that, you'll see that these shelves fit inside the holes. So what I do to really get a good hold on there is I put a little bit of glue on the castle edges here. Which is probably a little excessive, but. And then stick it into your board. And then on one of the sides, I go in with my glue and I'll put a thin little layer in that crevice where the board meets the board. And that's just going to add a little bit extra support. And then you're going to do that with all 4 pieces of shelf. Fair warning, when you put this through, there is going to be glue coming through the back. So you might want to do this on like a piece of newspaper or something. Or at the very least, you're going to want to wipe it up and just be aware that it's going to be there. I'm going to wipe off some of this excess glue on the back. Just and then we're just going to set that aside and move on to the next part, which is painting our, these are going to be put together to make the frame of our nifty little board here. So in this example, I did both colors, but that was just to demonstrate what they would look like. You can pick one of these two colors that we've provided. You can choose another color. Paint is really cheap from Walmart. It's like 50 cents for a whole bottle, or anything else you might have lying around. This method I'm going to show you is it's kind of like staining the wood, but again, you can just straight up paint it too if you want to. So whatever's clever. But for the method of staining the glue, or not the glue, the paint, the wood. Oh my gosh. You're going to open up your paint. These are screw top lids. And it's not going to take a whole lot. So you're just going to use your brush and dip like the corner in and transfer it over to the lid. Get some paint in there. Maybe a couple of dabs. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to dip your brush into the water. You don't need to get it like totally soaked. So again, just the corner. You're going to go back to your paint and you're just going to kind of mix it together. So we're just watering the paint down is what we're doing. So depending on how much paint you put in your lid, yeah, that looks good. So just a little bit. And then you're going to take one of your pieces and just brush it. If it's still really thick, you can add a little bit more water. But be careful not to add too much because it will take longer to dry. And if it's dark, that's okay, because then what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper towel and you're going to blot it off. And then it's going to have that nice stained look. So you'll see some of the wood grain poking through, but you also get a lot of that pop color. And then it'll dry pretty quickly because you're blotting off a lot of that moisture. If you blot off too much, no big deal. Just put some more paint on there and re-blot. And then you're going to do that with all 4 of your pieces.
It's a very good way to get it just the like right texture and color that you want.
Yeah. And we'll go back to our board. So it's not going to be 100% dry, but it should be hopefully dry enough that it's sticky, so it should hold your board in place. And then we're just going to gently flip it over and place it face down. All right, one thing you have to do, I forgot, is identify where the top and the bottom is. So it's a very subtle difference, but there is one side where the bottom shelf is closer to the bottom. So in my case, it's this way.
This would be the bottom for me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll bring it a little closer. Maybe too close. But the bottom is just a little bit closer to the bottom. And that will come into play when we're putting our frame together, but for now, identifying your bottom, flip it over, keep your bottom to the top, to the bottom.
Closer to you.
Yeah, closer to you. And then take your kind of E-shaped board and turn it into an M. And then you're just going to put some glue on there and glue it so that the slots are facing the bottom or facing you.
Like that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to flip it over again. So hopefully that will sit while we're doing this next step. Yeah, the glue should be tacky enough to flip it over. Fingers crossed.
I just need to be more careful this time.
Okay. So now we're going to glue our edge pieces or frame pieces onto the board. So they're still going to be, again, they're still going to be a little wet, but they shouldn't be wet to the point that they're going to spray paint. Yeah. And I would recommend laying them out first. So the tall ones are going to go on the sides, and the shorter ones are going to go on the top and bottom. This will also be a good chance to make sure that you have your top and bottom straightened out right. Because your top, then your bottom piece will go almost snug up with your bottom shelf, and your top piece will have a little bit of room above it. Which I can't really show you, but just trust me. I can show. I guess I can show you on this one.
Take a rest.
Hey, look at that. He's got it. On this one, you'll see it's kind of snug towards the bottom shelf, and then the top shelf, there's a big space. And then you're just gonna glue these down. Pick one and go. There is a little bit of hangover, so stick towards the inside edge. If you want to, for a little extra securing, you can put a dab on the top or on the corner. So when you connect them, they'll be gluing between the pieces.
If you did last month's take and make, this is a familiar process.
You're going to be really good at making frames. It was fun because I got to learn, he made them last month, and then this month I got to learn how to make it in a different size. And the glue will dry clear, so if there's a little bit of it showing, like, it's fine. So, and for one last time, we're gonna flip it over. And we're going to glue the triangle supports. So there's going to be, if you line them up together so that they're the same shape, you'll see that the bottom is the shorter side. And then you're going to glue the medium side, I guess.
Yeah, it is the medium side.
Yeah.
The side of medium length.
Onto the back. So, and to do that, again, you're going to glue on the edge. And these are going to slide into those slots on the back. It's going to be kind of a tight fit. And I'm going to put some on the sides again just for that extra support. It's going to look a little slanted because it's going to be sitting so that it folds it up like an easel. So that's it, you're done. I'm gonna tilt mine up, but I would recommend letting yours sit. You know, if you have some clothespins lying around the house, while it's drying, you can clip them to the sides.
Yeah, that sort of like a clamp. And I don't know if you could use full like crafting clamps on them, but
well, that's what I have is crafting clamps. So yes, you can.
like
yeah.
clothespins would also work very well. Keep everything together and
yeah, you can put them there. You can put them on the top too if you want, but that'll help keep it close together when it dries. For what it's worth, I did not use them on this one, and it turned out just fine. So if you don't have them, it's no big deal. Okay, I think that's it.
yeah.
All right. Next month, we are going to be doing these cute little gumball machine terrarium things made out of terracotta pots. And that's going to be the Pinterest Club coming up next on the 3rd. And then for our Take and Make, which will be at the end of May, we are going to be doing these really cute pineapple, they're like doorstops, but they're kind of plushies too.
Yeah, just weighted plush. I think you can go whichever way.
Yeah, but they're really super duper cute. So those are both open and still have seats available. So thank you guys for checking us out. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.